Hi everyone, it's Anne here again. The other day I was doing some sorting out and you can imagine, I'm sure, that my craft room is chaos, to put it mildly. And I had an idea, so I played around and came up with this idea which I'd like to show you, because I was able to turn this mess into this. Okay, so I think you'll agree that looks much nicer. And I'd like to show you how I did it, because it's very easy and you don't need many things to make them. In fact, all you're going to need is some brown paper and some large buttons. So, first thing I did, this paper's a bit wide for the camera, sorry, but I'll try to get it on. I determined how wide I wanted to have my spools. I'll show you the spools. These are the ones I made. Okay, and I really like them. So the first thing to do is to determine how wide you want them. Now, it didn't matter to me because I was quite happy for the lace to be narrower than the spool. Or sometimes I used a narrower lace, but I wrapped it the whole way along the spool. So it didn't matter to me. So if it doesn't matter to you, then you can just make your spools any kind of random size that is pleasing to you. So I'll put those back in the box. And your spool is going to be as wide as you make your strip of brown paper. So I'm just going to fold this. As I say, it doesn't matter. This is probably about 4 inches. And I do quite a lot at once, so when I've done one, I fold over the paper again, and then fold it over again, until I've got maybe half a dozen folds in the paper. And then using a knife or some scissors, I just go along and cut the strips like that. And you need to do both sides of the paper to get the strips. Whoops. Doesn't matter if it's raggy because we're going to trim the edges off. Anyway, you get the strips like that. Sorry, this is so big and it's awkward here. I'm going to move it out of the way and use a strip that I cut earlier. Okay. Now, got a mat somewhere that I can glue on. You're going to need something round to roll the paper around. I'm using this fat crochet hook, but you could easily use maybe a fat pencil or a crayon, or you'll find something around the house. And I've got my PVA glue and a brush. And I'm just going to start, I'll put this in the middle and hopefully it will come on the camera. I lay the crochet hook or the piece of dowel or whatever you're using and just kind of tuck it in like that, so that I've got a bit of a flap here. And then using my glue, I put a little glue along that flap first and tuck that down so that there's no glue touching the actual dowel, or in this case the crochet hook. And then I go all along the length of the paper with glue. like that. Sorry, I'm having to curl it up because it's so long. Normally do this on my craft table where I can spread them out. Okay, and then once you've got glue all over the length of the brown paper, just roll it. It doesn't matter if it goes a bit wonky, because as I say, we're going to trim the ends. You just roll the whole thing up to the end, like that. And then when you've done that, pull the piece of dowel or a crochet hook in this case out, and you're left with a paper tube. Now you have to let these dry thoroughly, because at this stage they're very soft and they will squash easily. Just shift that out the way. So I suggest you leave them probably overnight or 24 hours to thoroughly dry. Now I did make some earlier. These are the ones that I made earlier and they're nice and dry. So once they're dry, get a pair of sharp scissors and just cut down a little bit, and then go around the edge all the way around, so you can trim it nice and flat. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but that's flat enough. Okay. Okay, so I think you probably get the idea. I'll put those over there, get rid of the mess. And once you've got your nice dry trimmed paper tube, you can leave them as they are, or you could cover them with a piece of paper as I've done here, like that. So we'll just cover this one. I've got this piece of French accounting paper. I'm just going to guesstimate the width. It's about that wide. I'm going to put a little bit of glue along one edge. Put that on. Roll it around. Put a little bit of glue on that edge. And just roll it till it's stuck. Might need to retrim the ends a little bit. Fine, and then you're going to need some big buttons, and choose a couple. Might have that one and that one. And then using some hot glue, just put it around the very top of the tube, like that. Stick it on the bottom, and then the other end. Okay, that's all there is to them. You can then wind your lace on them and tidy up all your laces. These ones I just put a little paper band around them, but these other ones I just tied a little bit of shearing elastic and put a charm on them so I could grab it, and they look so much nicer in my box. In fact, I don't even need a whole box anymore, because when you tidy them up they seem to take up less space. So I'm going to finish off mine this afternoon, and I feel very satisfied that I like those very much, and I think the idea works. So there you have it. I hope you have some fun making some spools, and I'll see you again very soon in the next video. Have fun crafting. Bye for now.